Hello everyone, I am SS the Showstopper, and today is the 15th of September 2023. I've seen a lot of vloggers, a lot of comments about the entire Medikk situation. Yes, I think this will be my third video that I'm posting or I'm uploading about Medikk being missing, the entire situation. And I didn't speak on the situation because I don't know what are the intricate details of it. I only spoke based on what people were saying about her, what people were saying about the situation. People were going in on her body and all of that based on what they see. People were assuming a lot of things about this woman without even knowing her, without ever hearing any of her music. I personally have never met her. I didn't know any of her music. I didn't know who this person was. I've never heard of her until the day she went missing. And I just wanted to come from that angle that it's important for us to speak less about what we don't know and stop assuming, especially being driven by negative force and saying negative things about people that we know nothing of. I've seen vloggers upload videos saying that women playing with fire, women doing this, women doing that. I've commented on it. I've seen vloggers saying that when you're dancing with the devil, when you're doing this, when you're taking men money, when you're doing all of that. I incorporated that in my last video, I think in my last or my second to last video, which is the first about Medikk. I'm not certain if it's the second or third video this is that I'm doing, or my fourth video, I'm sorry, that I'm doing on it. But in any event, it won't be my first and it certainly isn't my second video. So I address all the issues and the nuances that people came up with and were speaking about the controversial issues surrounding this female who is missing. No, what I'm realizing that is coming out of the woodwork is that the person who she was engaged to, they say, is an incarcerated individual who's serving life imprisonment, and details are surfacing that he is the one that's responsible for her being missing. He was controlling, he was this and he was that. I also heard something that is extremely profound in their argument or in the findings. I'm thinking, because certain people said it, I'm thinking that this is real, this is factual, this is actually evidence that's come into play that the person was using a magic jack. Now, if you are using a magic jack to contact someone, they're going to believe you are wherever. Because for those who don't know what a magic jack is, it's a device. It's a device. It's an app. It can be used as an app, and it can be used as a physical device attached to a phone. So have you thinking that you're calling Spain, for example, or you're calling New York, or you're calling from Spain, I'm sorry. Have you thinking that the caller, have you thinking that they're in Spain, they're in New York, they're in Miami, they're in Italy, they're in Brazil, they're in Jamaica, they're somewhere else other than where they actually are. A lot of businesses use Magic Jack also because they want to make it an ease for customers who they are doing business with, to show that they have, like, for example, people who are doing businesses that comes with delivery. You have an office, so you get a magic jack because you want to know that you are close to a shipping department or you're in an area where goods can be shipped. So that's the reason you will use a magic jack for communication purposes. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. Like I said, business place use it, people use it to make situations or make communication a lot more easier between them and customers, especially when people are doing businesses that regards in reference to delivery, in communication in a timely manner, all these kind of things. You understand me? So that's the purpose of a magic jack. What a lot of persons who are getting into illegal activities and criminal activities doesn't know is that a magic jack is patented. It's patented. I think it's FBI owned. So everything that conduct or is done on a magic jack, the FBI is aware of it. You know, law enforcement in the United States is aware of it. Not only I think they invent it, they patent it. You understand me? So everything that is recorded on it goes straight back to them. So if something happened, like in this case, the information is already recorded and it is sent back so they can do the investigation and simply pass the information to our local authority and the intelligence bureau. You understand me? So if this guy was actually using a magic jack, she couldn't have escaped it. For all you vloggers, all you misogynists out there who want to know that she's guilty, all you women out there who are, I told my daughter and I cautioned my daughter about this. If your daughter meets someone and the person is using a magic jack, they can't escape whatever the person is going to do to them. They simply can't. Based on my analogy, I'm not too bright. I'm not too intelligent, but I'm adding my 2 cents to this. And based on my analogy from this girl had a manager locally on the road. So the manager was basically like a plant or a pawn in this whole thing. So he sought after this girl. To me, he sought after this girl. Get her out there, up and running. He had link to the guy that was incarcerated. The guy incarcerated as a magic jack. So he could be calling from the United States. He could be calling from Florida. He could be calling from Connecticut. He could be calling from New Jersey. He could be calling from Philadelphia or New York. So the artist doesn't know. So he probably sees something, like something. I'm going to go because there can be two sides to this. He saw someone, like someone, okay? She has a manager. This guy, the manager has a link to the guy that's incarcerated. Guy incarcerated have a lot of money. Okay, so he said, let me get this girl. I want to get to know this girl. I want this girl for myself. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to communicate with her. I want you to make her mine. So the manager, who is being funded by the guy incarcerated, will be around the girl, take her on. As he said, he was a road manager. So he take her around. He's responsible for a wardrobe. He's responsible for image. He's responsible for recording, all that music video, PR work, all of that. The manager is basically responsible for that. But it's being funded by the guy who is in prison. In her mind, the guy is overseas in the US. Okay? So she's not aware so far. Ding, ding, ding. She found out something is not right. Something, the guy's a bit controlling, who she's talking to, who say that he's the owner and he's the original manager for her. That's the incarcerated guy. Because a trick is being going on. A scam basically is being taking place. So she's in contact with this guy. She knows now. She doesn't know as yet. She realized that he's controlling and stuff like that. In the nitty-gritty of it, she found out that this guy is actually not where he said he is. He's actually in Jamaica. Not only that, he's actually in prison. Not only that, he's doing a life sentence for murder. And he has been linked to a couple murders. So you see how deep the rabbit hole gets. She wants to leave now. She wants to be out. I can't tell my mother about this because I met this guy not knowing who he was and all that good stuff. And not, well, it's not good, but it's just my term. I just have a knee-jerk reaction to say good stuff. So forgive me. Not knowing this guy, not knowing what he's about, she can't tell her mother, she can't tell anybody because she feared they're going to kill them, or he's going to kill them or have them killed also. Because you find out how dangerous this individual really is. Who is the person that you were actually communicating with all along? So you can't escape it. She wants to move on with her life. She wants to end this. She's only telling her sister that, listen, I'm tired of this. I can't do this. I can't do that. And her mother is encouraging her, go to church. Go to church. That's where it all started. Go to church, pray to God, have a communion, do this, what you need to do to escape the situation. Now he picked up on it that she really wants to X out. She doesn't really want to have anything to do with someone who's serving a life imprisonment for multiple murder, being linked to murders and stuff like that, and gang. She doesn't want that. No, she wants to leave. So he just found a way to orchestrate a plan to have her turn up missing, which is where we at now. Or the situation could be, she met the guy via Magic Jack. He called her saying that he's from the United States, because he could have called her directly via the Magic Jack, saying that he's from wherever it is that the Magic Jack number is located at. She's talking to him. He said that he like her, this, he, that. He's going to get her a manager. So he link up with his people that's on the road, who will eventually become a road manager. He's giving him instruction as to what to do with her career, where to take her, who to link her with, and all of these kind of people, which artists, hence Malidan came into mind, because maybe Malidan perhaps is associated with this guy some way or knows about him. So he said, okay, I'm going to link her with a couple of artists, probably make her do a collab, this, that, and the third, while the road manager is being involved and doing the footwork, because the guy is really incarcerated. She doesn't know. In her head, he's overseas, right? She doesn't know. But she's speaking to him directly, and then he's funding all of this. So it's basically he owns her. He doesn't see her as even an investment, because he's not necessarily looking for a return. He's just looking for ownership of her body. You understand? So the road manager is the mediator between two, the pawn between two. And so he's the one taking her around, taking her out, doing this for her, that for her, that for her. Guy in prison saying, no, I don't like that closeness. There's something that's too close. Maybe you like her. Maybe you this. The guy's a human being. She's a very attractive girl. She has done BBL and stuff like that, which makes her more alluring and more appealing. And if she has a great personality, hey, she's going to attract more guys than ever. The road manager himself, who is, I think, a heterosexual, is going to be attracted to her. Guy in prison can't do much about it. So what he does, he probably make up a fictitious story that the guy's violating him, the guy stole his money, the guy did something. But I'm sure he didn't tell his crony that the guy's too close to my girl, go and kill her. Because, there are stupid people out there still. And you can't underestimate the stupidity of people. But I think he would add something to the mix. He would add something to the mix and tell them to get rid of that guy. That guy turned up missing. That guy turned up dead. That guy was just, disposed of and stuff like that. She now found out, I guess, that this guy is probably incarcerated. This guy is very dangerous. This guy is serious. Her road manager come up missing. She can't do anything. She really realized that the guy control her and stuff like that. So she wants to point to the exit. Can't point to the exit. You understand? Call up her sister, telling her sister. Call up her mother, telling her mother. Her mother, who is a Christian, who she says is a spiritual woman, told her to go and pray, because that's how it started. Go to a church, find a church. That's where it all started. Do what you have to do. Seek God. If you can't seek anybody else that can assist you, seek God and pray about it. Her mother did what she could have done in her best. She probably didn't want to go and tell her mother, like I said, because this guy is extremely dangerous and she doesn't want to put her family in harm's way. So those are my theories that comes to mind. People, you have to be careful of who you're attacking and what you're placing on people based on situations, based on how people look and stuff like that. I know she's very attractive and you want to link it with Slickiana. The family didn't say she was an escort. She was doing this and doing that. You understand me? You have to be very careful. Every situation is not the same. If every guy steal, every guy is not stealing the same thing. You understand me? And everything, and their reason is usually not the same either. Come on, you have to be careful of how I said it before. You have to be very careful of how you're judging people and how you're attacking people. Because once I hear the term magic jack that the guy was using, a magic jack to communicate, something is off. That is linked to scamming. That is linked to something that he's doing. He spoofed her. She was hoodwinked, tricked, bamboozled into being with someone, into getting engaged, thinking that this guy's overseas, he's going to take her to places, he's going to do something for her, he's going to make her live well or elevate her life and her career to the next level, not knowing that he's a trickster. We all have been scammed at least once in our life. People have been scammed through work agency, through job. Are you going to call the person stupid? No. People are vulnerable. People are in a position where they want to elevate and move their life from point A to point B. We can say the same thing about them, that you went looking for a job and paying 40,000, 400 US, 500 US, 700 US to get a job from an agency. You're stupid because you should have fact checked. You should have this, you should have that. When you see papers being approved by ministry and you see these things, you're not running to find out if it is fictitious or not. You're in a vulnerable position and you're trying to escape a situation. The devil will come into play, and sometimes it does work marvelous. So it's very hard for you to escape it. People have been in this situation. There are people who have been scammed a lot of time into sex. That's why they have a law, which is rape. Sex by deception is also rape. You understand me? People have been tricked. Sex through fraud. Promising a person a promotion to having sex. When they did, there's no promotion, there's no job. You can be arrested and charged with rape, sex by deception and all these kind of things. It's rape. You understand me? So people have been hoodwinked and scammed. I remember of a particular situation where I was going through a lot, heading to court, going through it with people, going through a very dark time in my life, a very dark time, serious financial difficulties, and it was a severe stress on me. My hair start falling out. That's how deep it was. My hair start falling out. I sink into depression. And then I met this person, right? And when I met this person, he told me that, okay, I explained my situation to them, and they said to me that they're going to send me some money and stuff like that, and they wanted some pictures, a little video clip, a little this and that. Me being vulnerable, me being foolish, me being in a situation of want and need, and thinking that this is an escape route for me to get out of the problem that I was in, I willfully sent them these photos and images of myself to the person. They sent me receipts. That were watermark of the bank and stuff like that. I called the bank to confirm if it was sent. The bank said no money was sent. We spoke with the manager, even the very manager, and the manager said, ask the person to change the routing as to how they sent it. Because through that routing, we aren't able to pick it up. It said, but we weren't able, our system, won't be able to pick up the funds. I told the person, they sent me another receipt showing that it was sent to the route that the bank told them to send it to. When I did that also, the bank said no money was sent. Nothing was sent there. I was scammed. What can I do about it? I was scammed. Being in a vulnerable position, things are going to happen. The devil will come in. Not all the time. It's an angel. Not all the time it's someone of good report. Not all the time it's someone of failure. Sometimes the devil seeps in, and it seeps in marvelously, so it's hard for you to escape it. Every single person has been there at least once in their life. We see what's happening with lottery scam, right? We see what's happening with all these credit card scam, all these kind of things. We see what happened with the bank when these wealth advisors come around and promise people all these things and telling them that, yes, you can invest your money. It works. It works. It happens. You can invest your money here and there and there and there. And then they take time taking out money out, subtracting money out of people's account and doing all of these things. It happened. People have been scammed. So it's the same thing. I believe that, strongly believe that's what happened with Medikk. From you mentioned that the magic job, because we know that criminals and people who are involved in clandestine activities, illegal activities, illicit activities, and stuff like that, they will use magic jack for that purpose. And I think that's one of the reasons she got into it. And she believes strongly that this guy was wherever the magic jack led him to. And the road manager was just doing what he had to do for that person. The road manager was a liar. He's a problematic person. And maybe he probably was the one also. Third theory, he probably was the one who revealed to her that this is who the person really is and where they are. I don't think it's just about being close to Medikk or finding her attractive, or he wanted to get with her and it was uncomfortable for him. I think he probably revealed to Medikk and told her that, listen, the guy's not where he's at. He's in prison and he's helping you out. But just do just the same. And he found out that the guy told Medikk, and he got rid of him. He got rid of him. And then she wants out. She can't escape out. She can't get out. She can't get out. And so she just made her turn up missing. That's the story of people. You have to be careful of what you're saying about people, and you can caution your daughter from now until the cow come home. She's not around you 24/7. She can meet a very good person at a bank, at a church, and how many people are married and in church and they marry a serial killer and they didn't even know that the person is a killer? The person isn't even who they say they are. How many persons have reached in that position? I told you that I was with a liar. I was with a notorious liar. Someone who had the ability to lie through everything. A pathological liar. I dated that person. Had me up and down looking place to lease, looking properties to get. I mean, it was hell. That person was a liar. A liar. They don't have the ability to tell the truth at any point in time. At any point in time. And if for those who out there who don't know, if you want to know what professional, because a lot of you think that when a person don't have an answer for something, that means that they are a liar. It simply means that they simply don't. Sometimes it means that they do not have an answer. But when one of the dead giveaway of a person who is a pathological liar, or a person who's a professional conman, is a person who has an answer for everything. A person who has a logical explanation for everything. That is a master manipulator and a liar. That is a liar. That person cannot be trusted. A person who has an answer for everything. And they're usually in 3-piece suit. They're usually well educated. They usually go to these great institutions, these wonderful academia, coming out with their masters, with their mistress, with their whatever degree that they have attached to their name. They have an answer for everything. A lot of people also who are in the streets, who are this, who are that, who are well known to get things done for you, professional conman and conwomen, they have a logical explanation. So if, in case you don't know people, you go to a job agency, for example, that's giving you overseas job and overseas this. Once they have an answer for every single thing out there too, and if it's too good to be true, just follow your instinct. And for people that are coming, that's why I say you have to be careful of how you're ostracizing people when these things happen. Not every woman out there is prostituting themselves to get by. Yes, we know that dancehall music is about prostitution, because even the very men who are recruiting, people are saying that she should have found a legitimate person that has integrity to work with. In dancehall, there isn't any legitimate men with integrity to work with. The first criteria for a woman is that she has to look damn sexy. You understand me? And if he's a colorist, she has to be light skin. And number 3, the next criteria is he's going to want to sleep with her. He's not thinking that he's going to pivot your career, even if it's an investment and he's looking returns for financial gain. He wants to think that he's going to have sex with you because he's going to do all of this investment for you. He's going to take care of you, get your wardrobe, get you to studio, get you on shows, get you bookings, and all of these things, do PR work, get all of these things for you. And then you're going to go out there and find yourself a wonderful boyfriend and forget about him and stuff like that. When he's not looking at the fact that he's going to get royalty. He's making money from your shows. He's not considering that, because to him it's a money game, and it's a ownership game. So I always ask the question, what do the guys do? If the females have to sleep with you, what do the guys do to get by? What are the men doing who doesn't have anything to their name? What do they do for you to get by in music? Because there are so many male artists out there who came from nothing. So what do they offer you, the producer, you, the manager, in order to get by? Answer that question. Since all women have to sleep with you, what do the men do? I said it again, you have to be careful of how you're judging people, of how you're attacking people. We don't know the situation. I am giving my 2 cents based on what I heard about him having a magic jack, about the person who was actually in prison, was this. I think she was tricked, she was hoodwinked into this. And, she's in a situation where she wants to do music and she wants a breakout. And because of such, her eyes is on the prize. The devil intervened and the devil sold her a dream. She was sold a dream. But the reality is that it was her grave. It was her grave she was heading into and didn't realize it. I mean, it's sorry, it's a sad situation, and people need to be careful, because it can very well be your child. It can very well be your son. You have to be careful of what you're saying about people out there, because it's not nice when your child comes into play, or your parent. People can say the same thing about them. You have people going on farm work and they're sitting down 16 hours, and the guys are saying that they can't stand up and they this and that and they're overworked and they're this. People can come out same way and say you're stupid to go on farm work. You know that farm work is hectic already. So it's either you want the job or you don't want the job. People can be like that. That's what I'm saying. People will judge you in every scenario. So it's really foolish of you to just come up and just broad brush every situation. Once it's an attractive girl that turn up missing and a man is involved, oh, she name out the man, she want the man money, she want the this and she want the that and all these kind of things. There's automatically light bulb. She name out the man, she want the man money, she want the man. It's not the same situation in everywhere. It's not the same. We don't know what happened. But like I said, once this thing mentioned about Magic Jack, that's what went off into my head. That this guy had a road manager, this guy had a pawn in the game that was tricking her, making her think that he was actually overseas when he wasn't. And, he was actually in prison and he was doing the do, and he want ownership of her to eventually marry her so he can get conjugal visit, have sex with and stuff like that. So he was basically grooming her. Someone was grooming her into eventually marrying this guy and coming in to visit him and do this, that, to say it's her husband. She probably don't say, I'm not in. She probably couldn't tell her mother. I didn't tell my mother. You guys know. I didn't tell my mother what took place with me. My mother don't know. If she watches the video, she gonna know now. I didn't tell my father either. If he watch this video, he's going to know now. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not everything you're going to get up and tell your parents. It's not everything you're going to get up and tell a friend, a family. I was so ashamed. I couldn't speak on it. I was so ashamed of what happened. I gave this person photos and stuff like that in exchange for money, because I thought that he was going to help me out of the situation that I was in. And it was a very, very low point. Like I said, I was going through depression. I had alopecia. My hair started falling out tremendously, in clumps. My hair started falling out because I was going through it. It was a very, very dark time in my life and a dark space. You understand me? People don't understand. Sometimes everybody cannot bear pressure. Everybody cannot bear pressure, and people are going through. You can owe a man $1,000 and can't sleep. And there lies a guy who hosts an institution 100 million. And he's out partying, he's out having a good time. He doesn't care. You understand what I'm trying to say? Everybody's stress level is different. For me, it was hell. And because I met someone and they were telling me all of this, I believed their story. I believed the things that he was doing. And so I sent him it. I sent him the images of myself, thinking that, yeah, something's going to work out for me. Something's going to turn around for me. I sent him and he said, it's private and whatever. I believed. I also told you of me dating someone. I was with someone and the person was a grade A liar. A grade A liar. And lo and behold, when I did my research, according to his mouth, he spoke it. He did it to someone else. He did it to another female. He met someone and he told her the same thing. He was saying that he was helping her out. But in her mind, she thought that she was in a relationship with this guy. She was in a relationship and he said that he was just helping her out. Well, he didn't tell me that. He kept telling me that he loved me, care about me. He wanted us to have a serious relationship. He wanted us to do all these glorious things. Get businesses together, all of that, all the good stuff that a woman would want to hear to pivot her career from point A to point B. So I believe it. I was sold it. And when I realized that it wasn't real, the guy was just a liar. He was just a liar. He was a liar. The Bible speaks on liars. The Bible speaks on liar. I couldn't escape it. I just had to realize that this is what took place and run. You understand me? Run. Say what I have to say to him and just leave. So it has happened. It can be your child. You don't know what the table mate. What you think? You perfect? You think you perfect? You think you're more than the devil? Let's see. You think you're more than the devil? The greatest trick the devil has played on mankind is to tell the world that he doesn't exist. Because he can do anything. And he won't be able to tell the difference. The devil, when Jesus was fasting, the devil came unto him and said what? He will give him the entire kingdom of the world. If he come to him, bow down to him, he will give him the entire kingdom. So who controls the kingdom of the world? If the devil tell you that he's going to give you the entire kingdom of the world, and you're coming today thinking that you can be all that careful or you can be all that cautious when people are doing the devil work, you can be all that cautious. If a man have an intention to commit murder to that person over there, how that person over there is going to prevent it? Explain that. Unless they're going to put themselves in prison. They're going to build their own prison where they don't come out. You can't be too careful. You can only pray and hope that this doesn't happen to you or your child. You can only pray and hope. So you people need to back off. Relax. Stop going at it and stop attacking this female. Stop thinking that everything is prostitution. Everything is, she's a whore and eating out men and lying with the devil, doing this, and you choose to put yourself there and you choose to... People, relax. 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 Let the findings come into play. Relax and allow investigation to take place. Vloggers, relax. We know you don't like women. We know a lot of you do not like women. We know you don't like women because women are evolving faster than you and differently than you. Women are moving, advancing more than... So we know a lot of you do not like women. So if you are going through a lot of problem, erectile dysfunction, a lot of things. So your manhood is coming into play. So you find vlogging as a great avenue to say and do what you really want to about women when it comes to women. So, but relax. Relax. Relax, okay? It's deep, but it's not your problem. Relax. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. Namaste.